Yeah. Bitch, I'm back on my grizzly, young money, where you at? 2 tables and a mic, tell a DJ run it back. Bitch, I'm back on my grizzly, young money, where you at? 2 tables and a mic, tell a DJ run it back.
Let's go.
You ready now? Cut me up, Drew. Cut the music up, baby. Yeah, I'm going in. Bitch, I'm back on my grizzly, young money, where you at? If you fuck with young money, where you at? Like the Energizer buddy with a battery pack. Boy, that chopper keep drumming like barada-dat-dat. Or barapa-bum-bum. And I'm so young, but I'm a giant. Like fee-fi-fo-fum. Just bought a new crib inside, so dumb. Got some money put away in case the hurricane come. I'm a fucking shame, huh? Yeah, I know. I go out the country to get all my clothes and my hoes. I go out my way just to get my dough and my dough. Cause I love it more than I love my hoes.
I literally was like, this must not be the Austin Wayne, the Wayne that Austin likes.
Snipers at your porch, rifles by the forts, and we shoot up
Yeah, that's not one of my favorite.
The jewelry suck dick. I'm a east side blood
on the Drive 3, but I think the Drive 3 hard. I'm trying to remember. Hey, upgrade you on the Drive? Hand me my phone. You gonna leave my phone there? Nigga, give me my phone. I want my phone. I want to show people stuff. Nigga just made a decision like my father. He said, you don't need no phone, little nigga.
I mean, you don't, little nigga.
Oh, see, says the girl with the phone propped up.
Oh, it is.
And it's at an angle. How you learn that?
What you mean, how I learn my angles?
Hey, I was just telling somebody about that. The first time a girl sent me an angle picture.
Oh, yeah.
Like, man,
all
where
up
you?
Here.
Girl, you creative.
All up here. No, you tripping.
Scientist.
Back on my Grizzly, I don't know why that one is one of my favorite Wayne songs. I had a conversation with somebody this week, and we was talking about our favorite Wayne, and I was like, oh, yeah, Back on my Grizzly.
Which drought is that on?
3.
Desi?
Drought
Okay.
3. Yeah, so it's very reminiscent, nostalgic.
About what year did the Drought 3 drop?
Like right before the what's the name? So like 08.
Oh, yeah, 07, 08.
This say 07. But
I was in my Ford Contour. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you was driving when the drop came out?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
And I took that mixtape from this boy that I was talking to. I jacked it out of his car.
Jack the mixtape?
I mean, what do you mean? I just took it out of his CD case, put it in my car.
Upgrades on there. Upgrade harder. There's some joints on there. It's the We Taking Over verse on there. That's like my favorite verse of all time.
Really? I am a beast.
I am a beast. Feed me rappers and feed me beats. I'm untamed. I need a leash. I'm insane. I need a shrink. Like, that's my shit. I used to watch that shit every day after school, bro. That was like my favorite. I remember I thought the coolest shit in the world was Birdman busting into that fucking church. I remember thinking, nigga, if I could do something, I would do it just like that. And then my son's on the throne. I don't think I knew who DJ Khaled was. Mm-hmm. I had like a Wayne, like nigga, when Wayne hit for me, that shit hit like all at once, nigga. Cause it was almost like I didn't know he existed. And then all of a sudden, it was like, what? I remember being at summer camp when Go DJ had came out. Running around with with my white tee on, trying to look like the nigga in the
that's running around in the video.
No, yeah, because I saw him in the video. He was on the tables. I was like, nigga, we can do that. I was looking around at everybody. No, nigga, we can do that shit. Niggas was like, nah, we can't do that. And then I heard that, and then the thing that really, I was like, I remember thinking, oh, this is the best nigga to ever be around. Like after the Carter 3 and all that shit, where he had that. Who is it? Is it Crying Out For Me? Crying Out For Me. I think it's a Crying Out For Me remix. One of the greatest verses in rap history that does not get talked about. I don't know why you making that fucking face.
I'm just listening to you.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have to re-listen to that.
I met this shawty the other day. I got her number, call her up, like, what you doing? She say nothing.
Yeah,
I say, what's good? She say, what's up? I say, not much. She say, guess what? I say, I think we should hook up. Do you know how fucking crazy that is, nigga?
That was a good one.
He rapped a full... Nigga,
that was a good one.
That's why I don't give a fuck when nigga, I don't have no substance. Suck my dick. You can't do that.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm tired. That's why I was so, I don't know. We ain't talking about that. But that's what I mean. A nigga say that nigga don't have substance. A nigga that can do that. A nigga that can rap an entire
most of those mixtapes were literally freestyles.
That was just he gave that to somebody. That wasn't even his song. He just gave that one away. The nigga, no substance. The great sex is safe sex. Better wear latex because you don't want that latex that I think I'm latex.
That was
no substance. Yeah. No substance.
Lots of
PSA.
lots of MySpace quotes.
PSA right in the middle of a song about sucking dick. No substance. He brought him here. He brought him to the dance. He got him. And then he tricked him. Niggas was here to talk about sucking dick. And never mind. Welcome back, Voices in the Street, Unfiltered ATL.
That was not what that was supposed to do.
Yeah, we did what we was. I think we did right.
Cool.
I still think Cannon is a better verse, but you know, whatever.
Cannon is a better verse than what?
Than
any of the ones I said?
Yep.
No. Who did I hear talk about this? You gonna hate. Or y'all are gonna hate.
We don't. What I don't want us to turn into is the whole Wayne.
No, it's not
episode of just Wayne.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying that. I just
fucking shaking. I'm sorry.
I'm shaking my head.
I just heard. I remember. I'm sorry. I nerd out over certain things, bro. I nerd out when I hear like high tier music niggas break shit down, and I remember somebody breaking it down. I want to say it was Drake at this point, but that's one of the greatest verses of all time. If you're listening to this, go listen to the Crying Out For Me. Is that Mario?
It is Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Crying Out For Me, Mario, right in the middle of Wayne doing any feature that you brought to him. Killed that shit. Greatest rap of all time.
They don't do R&B and rap like rappers no more.
I mean, if they do,
Wale
the
does.
songs are like.
I mean Wale, but I mean how we used to get it back in the day, like a rapper would get on an R&B track and
songs is so aggressive.
or even vice versa, some way somehow. We
Ain't
don't
no more
really hear
Jadakiss, Mariah.
Yeah, we
Carey.
don't hear that
Yeah.
layer. It's not a Busta Rhymes and Mariah situation happening or Mo and Fabulous.
Can I speak about Busta Rhymes?
It better be.
It better not be no like.
It better
thoughts.
not be any disrespect.
I have some thoughts.
Don't bring any disrespect.
I enjoy Busta Rhymes from time to time, but in spurts. I don't think I could listen to an entire album of just Busta.
Is it the yelling?
I don't mind the yell. If
Is
you
it
can do
the-
something, if you do something great, you cool with me. It's not that he's not a great rapper. It's just an entire. All right, y'all are older. Have y'all listened to an entire? You listened to entire Busta Rhymes albums and was like, "This is fire."
I think his older projects I have sat
Older
down.
as in '90s with the dreads.
Yeah, that
Okay.
I've sat down and listened to it, but I haven't done that recently. It's actually he's not an artist that I'm like, oh, let me go to Busta Rhymes.
I might hear "Look at Me Now" every now and then and be like, "Oh, Busta Rhymes."
But it's not even Look at Me Now. It's the other ones.
He
like,
got tons of verses.
Yeah.
Tons of verses. "Look at Me Now" not even the top verse, but I was just saying I hear "Look at Me Now" more than I hear. Well, I get "Baby If You Looking at Me."
No,
I hear
that's
sometimes.
not one of my favorite songs. To be honest
Really?
with you.
That's him and
Mariah.
Right. It's not
You
one of
don't
my
like
favorites.
it?
It's not one of my favorites either.
It got
Janet
so
one
played.
is.
It got so played out so much at that
What's
time.
it gonna be is better than.
Yes,
than
I
Give It to
agree.
Me.
I
What's it gonna
1000%
be?
agree.
How does that one go? I can't remember.
Gonna make your body. That's when he's in a liquid.
Oh!
He's in a Terminator joint.
Yeah, that's
and
an
he-
expensive music video, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the most expensive music
I
video.
remember that.
of all
I
time.
remember, see, I remember
Yeah.
moments. Like I can remember. Sorry, sometimes y'all kill me like for. Oh, do you remember this?
Put
I
your hands
remember-
where my eyes can see.
I remember. No,
Pastor
I remember.
Cavassier.
I
Pastor
remember
Cavassier is
Pastor
a good
Cavassier's
song. It's
What-
a good song.
Pastor Cavassier is hard.
Touch it. Like
So look, I remember I was talking to my god brother about this because my god brother is around your age, and he said something about he said the Touch It remix.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh, that was so dope.
What is that?
Oh.
I didn't even remember what the
That
Touch
had
It-
Raw Digga.
you
that
don't
had,
remember.
I don't remember. Think
that
about
had
what year we
Papoose.
talking about.
That was like
Lloyd
that. Had,
Banks, Papoose, DMX.
What year
Mary
you talking
J.
about?
Blige,
Raw.
Missy Elliott,
Raw
Raw
Digga?
Digga.
Raw Digga was on there.
I've never heard of Raw Digga song.
They had like 3 different versions of it.
But that one was on 106 in Park for weeks.
that was when Busta got on Aftermath.
Oh.
And Busta
Busta
cut all
was
his
on
dreads.
Aftermath. He
Oh
signed
my
to Dre.
gosh.
How would I know that?
Well, I keep forgetting the age.
Nigga,
age
like
gap.
what? I've never seen
But
this nigga
okay,
even next to Dr. Dre.
Busta Rhymes got signed to Aftermath. At this time, Aftermath had 50 Cent. It had Eminem. It had Eve. It had.
They ain't do
What
nothing with
happened to
Eve.
Eve?
They ain't do nothing with Eve.
Eve
They
ain't
didn't
do
do no
nothing.
Eve. But they had a lot of roster, and then Busta came over there, and he dropped "Touch It," and it kind of reignited his whole
Yep.
career.
Yep.
Oh, so it was cold for Busta when this
This is
Touch It came
Busta.
out.
Busta was got a slim. He worked out.
I think I was still in
It
middle
was
school
like,
when that.
this is when what was the clothing brand with all the like the 6s and 9s all over it or whatever like that. That's in that era. So Papoose did the 5 Barrels of Death.
Yes.
Um,
That was my first time hearing about
You know what it
Papoose.
is? This is the era when I didn't know the names of songs.
oh, okay.
I just don't know I didn't know the name of this was Touch It. I just played it. That Touch It, thing it. Nah, I know that. I didn't know the name of it was Bro, I'm telling you, nigga.
It's okay.
Have
man.
I ever
Wait,
told
hold
you?
on. Break Your Neck is a good one. Put Your Hands Where Your Eyes Can
What's
See.
that? What's that? We talking Busta
Give
still?
me some more. You
Give me
had
some more.
enough? Give me
Yeah.
some more.
Hoo ha.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Break your
You know what I'm
neck.
saying?
Hoo-ha is not getting.
What?
I'm straight. I'm straight
What?
on hoo-ha. I
You're
can get
tripping,
you.
bro.
I'm just telling you, I'm straight on.
Y'all,
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad.
Y'all.
Yeah, okay. It's a lot of that.
So
You know
when
what
I
I'm saying?
step
Shout
up
out
in the
to
place, you know
ODB, man.
what? Hoo-ha! I got you all in check.
Okay. All right.
Shit hard, ain't
But
it?
don't. I'm now.
Shit hard, ain't it?
now,
Ha ha like a dungeon. Bro, what
now
are we talking about
now
here?
when we leave, I will listen to Busta Rhymes.
Over
Hey man, I'm all for it. Sometimes I go down right. Yo, one day
leaders of the new school.
X hit me up because I was listening to I think I was listening to Saigon. He was like, "Yo, what the fuck? What the fuck you doing?" I was like, "Nigga, I'm tapped in." Sometimes, bro, I just be like, "Damn, whatever happened to blah blah blah?" And then I'll go down a rabbit hole for like a week and a half, just listening to just their music. I did it with the Locks like 3 years ago, where I went through
The
and
Lot's
listened to
got a
everything.
new joint with Jaheim on it. That's pretty fire.
Have you
I like
seen Jaheim
Jaheim.
lately?
I like
What's that got to
Jaheim.
do with it?
I'm saying I can't
That ain't got
trust
nothing to do with
that.
nothing. The joint is hard. You know what I'm
Jaheim.
saying?
I like Jaheim.
Jaheim, the light skinned dude, right?
No.
Oh, I'm thinking of the wrong dude.
He used to
then.
have braids, but no one
Just
knows
in
how to-
case I don't make it home tonight, let me make love.
When
to
the last time you
before
made?
the
Y'all
night.
made mixtapes?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The hell I used to sell them.
Nigga, man.
Burn them, make them.
But I be like, give me the list that you want. They'll give me the list, put it in paper, slip it to me, and then I'll make the
Wait
CD.
till it-
See, I
Dude,
never
are you-
sold a mixtape, but I did make them. I burned.
you was selling
I
them?
burned
I was
hella,
selling them,
I
hell
burned
yeah.
hella CDs. You know what I'm saying?
I was selling them to the white kids. Their parents wasn't letting them listen
How
to.
much they was selling for though? Like $5?
I was doing $5.
Ooh, that's the price of a ooey gooey.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know about that. Delete that.
I
want nobody to
don't know what that is.
No, we're gonna keep it. But yeah, I was definitely burning CDs while I was in high school.
You weren't selling them though.
I was not selling them, but I had me and my man. So my man's, I don't want to mention his name. I mean, but my man's, I used to get like some burnt CDs for him. He used to always get like, he'd always get the new joints or whatever.
You don't want them to get arrested.
Nah, you know what I mean?
He said, I ain't gonna
For
speak on-
I ain't gonna say his name for piracy. But if
25
you see
years
him,
ago.
you know,
My burner
I don't
CD,
know.
shut the
I don't
fuck
know
up.
statute of limitations, but I do know my man
Dang,
used to
I-
always have. You know, CDs. I had the John Legend joint, "Get Lifted."
Mm-hmm.
The first that's a classic.
I had the John I had the
Legend.
burnt John
The
Legend.
burnt John Legend. I think I had Speaker Box and Love Below burnt.
Oh my God. No, I bought that. I
Why
had
you
to buy
didn't
that
just
one.
buy these albums?
Here's the thing,
Something
right?
like $10.
No, they were
They were
not. They
not
were
$10.
$14.99.
Thank
Oh,
you.
okay.
And then
Thank
if it was,
you.
and I'm sure the Love Below speaker box or speaker
Double
box or
album.
whatever
The double
was
album
probably about
more
$20.
expensive. And at the time, I'm in high school. I'm working at the YMCA. I ain't making that much money. You know what I'm saying? So I had to make things shake. So
I feel that.
there were certain albums I did buy. You know, like Malik right now is going through all my CDs. I would kick them out of my room because I got like a bin full of all my old CDs, the Walkman,
I have no
all that
CDs,
stuff like
man.
that. I got
Or cases. I don't have no CD cases.
I got them all.
Nigga
I
on
got the
Spotify.
Massacre. I got
Fine.
Get Rich or Die Trying. I got The Hunger for More. I got Aaliyah's One in a Million. I got.
I just found my
Thriller and all that
graduation,
stuff.
B2K, Eve,
I ain't have.
T.I.
I do have Eve. I have the first and second album.
Wait
I
a
got
minute,
Scorpion
pause.
And
Do you remember when there used to be a book that would get mailed to you with the different CDs in it, and you can pick the CDs out the book,
I
and
don't
then
remember.
they would mail it to you?
I don't remember that, but I do remember going to like Sam Goody. I don't know. Radio Shack had it. Wow. These are for those who are not millennials. These are CDs and
FYE?
and FYE. Those stores. And going and listening to the CD before I actually went to buy it, you could put some headphones on and listen to the joint, and then you could
Same
decide whether or not
headphones.
you want it.
Everybody wore the
Everybody
same.
wore the same headphones.
Everybody wore the same headphones.
That's what they was on.
And I did use Kazaa. I did not use Napster.
I used BearShare and LimeWire.
I didn't use LimeWire. I used Kazaa.
You did
and-
not use LimeWire.
Nah, I didn't. I used Kazaa, and that
Interesting.
joint I had all the joints. This is also when think about Genuine Stingy was out during the times when we was burning CDs. Lil Wayne, which this was probably like Hustler Music, Lil Wayne, Carter 2, Lil Wayne, during this time.
Because by the time Carter 3 came out, I was like, I'm going to just buy these CDs.
Yeah, IMX was out with Beauty. This is like deep 106 and Park raps. This is when Cameron came into the booth and he was rapping and counting money as he was rapping. This
Also
is
one of
Pink
the
Fur,
hardest things I've ever
Dipset,
seen.
Santana's Town, that type of.
Santana.
When I met Tig, that was the first thing I asked him about.
Santana.
I was like I don't even think I introduced myself. Like Joyce was walking me around. She was like, "Hey, Big Tigger." Stopped that nigga. Hey, how it felt when Cameron started counting that money? Niggas like, it felt like money. I was like, yeah, you're right. All right, bet. My name Austin.
Yeah.
Nah, but y'all talking to a nigga that ain't. I could probably count on one hand how many CDs I done owned in my entire life.
That's
I
crazy.
think so. Here's the thing. I think if you burnt CDs or made like mixtapes at home, your playlist game is incredible. Like I feel like there's a direct correlation to how you make CDs to how you do your playlist. Like what type of vibe you want, because that's essentially what you were doing.
Yeah.
Like, you were creating a playlist, and of course you couldn't put the settings where they didn't blend
Yeah.
and stuff like that. You just had to.
You
could only fit like
when I found
10
my
songs
CDs,
on there.
I found a 20. I did make a mixtape for 2010, like my graduation, and I was like, these are the songs for the like that we've been going
Speaking
crazy.
of 2010, when I got married, this is 2013. We made a burnt CD.
You got married
and
before I graduated?
Yes, I did. I've been married for 13 years. All right. So anyway, we made as one of our party favors.
You made CDs.
We made
That's
burnt
dope.
CDs. We had the covers on it with our picture on it, and it was kind of like our songs that we.
That's dope. I might have to take
it
that.
It had like I Do on it, the remix, Jeezy, Drake.
I might have to take that. I ain't even gonna lie to
Andre.
you.
Feel free. You know what I'm saying? You don't even
So
got to give me. You don't
be
even got to
ready.
give.
Just when you come to my wedding, because it's gonna happen. Okay, speak things into existence around here.
Okay,
You wanna hear
yeah,
the,
I won't tell him. I won't tell him.
You want to
Yeah.
hear the names of the albums
The names of what albums?
that I've owned?
They're his 5.
Sure, your 5 albums.
I don't know if it's 5. But
All right,
you
let's
said-
go. Let's go.
All right. Album number 1. It's the first album I ever owned.
Oh, that's a good question. What's the first album?
Alicia Keys' album.
Oh, wow.
With Diary on it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good album.
That is
the one with the
that's-
keys
it's
on the
called
front?
Yeah.
Diary of Alicia
Yeah.
Keys.
Diary of
That's the
Alicia
first
Keys.
album I ever owned.
That is but
That's
you know,
a great album. Did your mama buy that?
He bases
No.
his life off of Alicia Keys.
Shut up.
If you don't,
Oh, you
if
finna
you don't
say-
hear,
you finna
I
tell
didn't
us
say
secret?
that.
if you
Hey,
don't
he
hear,
finna
you don't
divulge
know
the
my
company
name.
secrets.
If you don't hear, you don't know my name.
Hey,
He's like,
and
you
when
ain't
I
the
see
one.
you, if I don't hear that, you don't know. Hey, baby, we probably just gonna be fucking. But when I see somebody and I know, like my brain like goes into like it slow down. You don't know my name.
He want the.
That's the
Baby,
feeling you
baby,
want.
baby.
You looking for that
He want the
feeling?
If I don't
scene-
feel
want the
like
scene-
that,
He want to
hey.
feel like the scene when she's like
Walking through the.
That
Oh.
bitch,
No.
man, she fed that
Hello?
nigga hot chocolate and fish, nigga. Like, y'all niggas don't know love.
What do you
Okay,
say?
go-
What do you say?
what's-
I put a little. She said I put a little.
A little
sugar-
cream,
a
a little milk. We're supposed to put water, but I put a little milk in yours.
I think you're sweet.
I got that joint.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got Confessions. Confessions came out.
Okay.
I was like 7.
You got the regular or the deluxe?
It was a double disc, so whatever.
You got the deluxe.
You got the deluxe.
I had that.
I had the
and I
deluxe.
didn't buy no albums for years after that. And then I can't remember which came first, so I'm gonna just go off my head. So crank that Soulja Boy album. Soulja Boy Tell Him. Soulja Boy Tell Him came out. I got Soulja Boy Tell Him. I was in like 4th grade.
Dang, I was in college.
I was in 4th or 5th grade when Soulja Boy Tell Him came out, so that was dumb important.
I had LimeWire. I wasn't going.
Sean Kingston first album.
Oh God.
You had Sean Kingston.
Sean Kingston first.
With that beautiful song on there?
Hey, yeah, with beautiful girls on there. But hey, you know what's crazy? The future that look that.
Is Suicidal on that one?
Yeah. Beautiful girls is Suicide.
Oh, that is? Okay, sorry.
Nigga, it's a song on there though. Like I would have never at the time. Nobody would have ever thought Sean Kingston was gonna like be some street
Scammy
nigga.
ass.
Yeah, like some scammy ass dude. It's
And
a
his
song
mama.
on this bitch called Colors with Vibes Cartel and Cardinal Official, nigga, and they talking some gangster ass shit. I used to be in like 5th, 6th grade listening to this shit like. Sean Kingston might goddamn kill one of these niggas. Sean Kingston like that. My brother be like, nah, he not like that. But like, nigga, have you heard Colors? Nigga like, I'm never gonna listen to Sean Kingston in my life. And then I think the last album I bought was I bought the Carter 3 when the Carter 3 came out. And then everything after that has been either mixtapes or I done got the music for free. I buy music like from iTunes and shit like that. The last physical mixtape I owned was I went to Greenbrier in like 2015 to buy some shoes to buy some Pumas. And it was a mixtape cart in the middle of that bitch. And they had Slime Season 1 by Thug, and they had What It's Time to Be Alive by Drake and Future. So I bought both of them and put them bitches in the CD tray and drove to South Carolina. Listening to that shit.
So are we asking what are the first 5 albums we owned, as in we actually bought and paid for them, or someone gave them to us and we...
Somebody gave me, though, the first 2 I said, so I definitely didn't buy them.
I only count, like in that particular conversation, I'm going to count what I actually paid for.
What I paid for? Okay, what you got?
So my first one was, I actually gave my cousin the money because of the explicit
lyrics,
and I could not go into the store and get it, but it was Get Rich or Die Trying. And then after that, there was that space of like T.I., 50 Cent, Usher, who else? Those are the Black Album was also one of my favorite or first albums that I purchased, and I think that's where my love for Jay-Z came. So I didn't learn about Jay-Z for Reasonable Doubt or, you know what I'm saying, The Blueprint.
Yeah.
Mine came from the Black Album because that was one of my first out like rap albums that I bought without, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think those were the ones that are like really prominent. And then of course Usher, I remember like playing that for days, but I definitely give it to Get Rich or Die Trying and the Black Album being that prominent like album for me in hip hop.
Yeah.
But I also
Black Album is prominent for me too.
Yeah, but
that happened. You know what's crazy? I'm pretty sure the Black Album and the Carter One came out, I believe, either the same year or around the same time, because I definitely remember both listening to them both in my home.
See, I wasn't on Lil Wayne. I think I got onto Jay-Z because there was something they were playing on the radio, and they played these lyrics between. Jay-Z had dropped some lyrics, but it was like Biggie's too. Not understanding that he may have been paying homage to Biggie.
Oh, the reference. Okay.
Yeah, and I didn't understand. I was like, who is this? Jock and Biggie or whatever. And so then
What was it?
I don't recall. I don't remember what it was.
You look so good.
No, it was it was on the radio. They were like calling him out as far as like he was jocking Biggie. So I just did a little bit of delving into that.
Was it when the Remy's in the system? Ain't no telling when I did some natural.
Nah, it wasn't.
I don't think so. It was definitely during a very hip hoppy show that was on one of the college radio stations in Virginia, from Norfolk State.
Yeah, I mean, there's many that he flips and stuff like that. So it just
looks so good. I want to suck on your daddy dick. Probably that one.
What's going on with you, Austin?
What? That's not. You didn't like that bar?
Got a lot of it feels much more explicit than usual. Is it because of the children? You can't talk like that in front of the children. You got to put it all out here.
No, I mean, no one's saying that Big didn't have some out of.
No, he has had some out of.
Big got bars where he threatened niggas with rape.
He does.
Straight up. I got a nigga that rape
all
kids.
Right, I think the first album I bought that I remember is East 1999 Eternal.
Oh yeah, you're older than us.
By Bone Thugs and Harmony.
What year that was? 90.
You bought with your own money?
In the 90s, nigga was
selling
milk cartons.
So, okay, maybe not. Maybe that's not. That's just the first album I remember having. Maybe my mom bought that one. The ones I remember buying with my own money, I definitely bought Confessions, the deluxe version. I had Get Rich or Die Trying as well. I had College Dropout. I had Guerrilla Warfare, which is the Hot Boys, which came out definitely probably before the Carter and all that stuff. So I had Guerrilla Warfare. I also had Lights Out as well.
That's the one with Shine. That's my shit.
Shine and the corner on it. And I had The Block Is Hot. I remember I bought The Block Is Hot too.
Okay.
That's Lil Wayne's first album, for those that don't know.
Very different generations between the three of us.
Yeah. I know I know this more than 5 by now, but I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Like, I had albums given to me because I was so into music, so I'm trying to think of the ones that I actually bought. I think those are the ones that I actually bought myself.
They gave you that God's Property album in 01, right?
Who's that, Nas?
No, God's Property.
God's
GP.
Property.
That's Kirk.
I don't think my mom had God's Property. I didn't have it, but I did listen to it. My mom's had that album.
I could see you vibing with that shit earlier.
I didn't have it.
Not that it's not fun. Welcome back, Voices in the Street Unfiltered podcast. That was Dez. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get the ratings up. If you want to, slow it down, rewind. They're not trying to make
Dez
it.
does not want to be a
He's not trying to take us out, bro. Dez, you can be.
That is not me, though.
You can be the sex symbol with the son.
Excuse me?
The sex symbol with children exists now.
Yes,
Bro.
they
Yo,
do.
like
But
30
but that's not even me.
It wasn't Farrah
I
Fawcett
feel like I'm such
It
a.
wasn't Sarah Fawcett.
But she did what she had to do.
I feel like I'm such a like down ass chick, like a round way girl.
So was Eve.
I feel like I'm like a round
said so
way
was Eve?
girl.
So was Eve. There's a video. Oh, I'm just playing.
Absolutely not.
Hey, that's video. What never mind. I was just saying, what they were using to record videos back then? Nigga had a full VHS camera set up in the room. And
Yeah, they
she
did.
it.
Yeah, they did.
That's crazy as fuck. So we're back, and I have a question to pose to both of you.
Okay.
This is a safe space, this podcast, and I'm actually not being funny for once, so I'm actually trying to be serious about this. Do y'all feel like people with like severe disabilities should procreate?
When you say severe disabilities, you mean what? Give me an example.
Debilitating disabilities, not something that I guess a mental disability can still be debilitating, but I'm not talking about like somebody that has severe autism or some kind of mental disorder. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about somebody that has like physical,
like cerebral palsy.
Yeah, cerebral palsy, like things that physically affect their day-to-day lives that will be passed down through their lineage. And if you want, I can show you this.
No,
so you can look at this.
I seen something on Instagram of a family. I don't know what they.
Was it these?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
This is what I was thinking of. I'm not.
And it makes you be like, how are y'all moving? How are y'all getting around? You need to find out what that's called.
I can tell you what it's called because they say it in the video. So it's not that I'm not. I didn't.
Because I want to be able to identify what it is that they
you.
can't move.
I'm not exactly. So what she's saying is they are wheelchair bound. The man and the female, and they have a little girl that was born
In the same way?
Yeah, born the same way. I'll be able to tell you exactly what it is in 1 second because it's gonna pop up on the screen. I didn't initially go to that, and once osteogenesis imperfecta is what they have.
Did you see it, X?
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about? Okay.
I was showing him some. He wasn't the one trying to look at it.
Why you wasn't trying to look at it?
I don't know.
I just think that when you're talking about people with disabilities, you have to be very careful because they are underrepresented population.
For sure.
And they're like them having special needs, different special needs than some. Like, I don't want to try to make fun of or try. That's why I mean I know you're trying to have a serious conversation, so I just think like it's not that I don't care about their.
You thought I was gonna make fun of
thing.
it?
I thought you was gonna try to make.
No,
and I'm
this
like,
is
I'm
the
not
funny
about,
thing.
I'm not about the.
No, I didn't. I wasn't going to even
this
try
not
to
a-
do that.
No.
The concern I think is the child.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
The concern is the child, because if the child is like them, but also just not even just being like them, as parents, we know how much we have to move and do and get around and take care of because our child can't do that for themselves. So if it's hard for you, how are you getting around and doing it as well? Kudos to them for being able to figure it out. And I would assume that they're not just a clip that's on social media.
yeah, it's a clip that they made though.
But I feel like I've seen there's another couple. They actually have a show on Lifetime, I believe, and they live literally in the same house of the parents, but still very independent. So they can still, within arm's reach, I think, can get to their parents to help them. Now, we don't know if this couple with the child has the same situation going on.
Let's take it. I'm gonna take it off of them for my question. It's more so just people that have severe physical disabilities like them. So like we said with the name, I can't remember exactly what I just read. Let me say the right thing. We know that they have osteogenesis imperfecta, and it has them bound to wheelchairs. One would have to assume that their child will also be bound to a wheelchair because they were born with the same condition. Is that so? Let's take it off of them, just in general. If the doctor comes to you and says, hey, you have this thing that will be passed through your lineage and it will negatively affect the quality of life of your children and so on and so forth. Is it inherently selfish to then go create a child?
No.
Because that was what the argument I saw people making, that it was selfish of them to make a child that would have to grow up and deal with the debilitating disability.
But then if their parents are in the same space, then that's all relatable right there. It's not like
We also don't know the quality, not quality of life, but how long a person's lifespan is with this.
Well, I feel like in this particular situation, I mean, I know you're trying to get up off of them, but that's all I have for reference.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? They understand what they have going on. They understand the disability, what they can and cannot do, and how far they can go. So if they feel like, okay, our child might have it, or our child does have it, then they know how to raise said child with the same disability.
Because they've been through it.
Because they've been through it. So wouldn't you want... as a parent and as a child, you would want the parent to be able to really like relate to whatever type of disability you may have.
I think people who think like this, clearly they don't have kids. Clearly they ain't never been through nothing. They clearly don't know anybody who has been through nothing. They're selfish themselves, and they can't think past their own limited scope of sight, right? I know people who have had sickle cell, right? Who had, and their kids had sickle cell, right? And I don't think it was selfish for them to have children. They're in love. Mm-hmm. Like when people are in love, whether in whatever type of proximity they're in, carrying life and bringing life into the world is a beautiful thing, right? There's nothing selfish about it. It's selfish when you're a parent and you don't do what's best for them and you don't take care of them while they're here and you don't cater to them and you don't get them all the stuff. There's plenty of parents out here who are quote unquote normal, who don't have a disability, who are terrible human beings, right? And so I don't think it's inherently selfish. I think that you may have to work a little bit harder. You might have to get more resources. You might have to get more of a community, right? Because I'm sure those two parents have a community, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure that they have a community to help out with their child and help out with themselves at that, you know? And so I don't think it's selfish to want to bring new life into this world. That's like saying, like, if you find out that your kid is going to have Down syndrome, or if you find out your kid is going to have sickle cell, if you found out your kid is going to have cerebral palsy, should you continue with the child? Should you continue with the birth, or should you terminate them? Like, I feel like that's dumb. That's stupid. Now, I think it's selfish to not carry a child that you've conceived
because
in love. You know what I'm saying? In love. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about those that were conceived during rape or that were violated, you know. But I do believe you have to be a special type of person. But I also think that if you know you're not the type of person to raise a kid, to take care of a kid, I think you shouldn't be doing what it takes to have a kid. Like
having sex.
Yes, you shouldn't be having sex. If you can't raise a kid, if you're not willing and ready to take on the responsibility, you don't need to be having sex.
But but is anybody ever really ready to have a kid? I think that you don't. Yeah. You don't get ready until you have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think even though I wasn't ready to have Sage, and it wasn't until I had him that I was like, okay, I can do this.
So you said what was your answer?
For what?
Like, you think they should? Like,
I think them as a couple, and I think people should be able to still have children. I think having a child is a different type of love that other people desire to experience and want to see. It allows you to be really selfless and really love unconditionally. And I feel like everybody should experience that. It's a different type of love that you give and you get having a child. So I think if they know their capacity and what they can do and how to do what they got to do for the child, if it has the same type of disability, then hey, by all means. To X's point, I'm sure there's a community. Like I just said, that one couple or who has the exact same situation lived in the basement of the family. You know what I'm saying? But they were still very independent. There are still autistic people who are very independent but still live in arm's reach of family in the event that they need something or whatever the case may be. Yeah. So I feel like that can still be the case.
You?
I already told you, man.
What was your final joint? You saying that you think that they should?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see anything wrong with it.
I think Hi, Austin. I think the answer is I think the answer to it is both. I think it's selfish, and I think who give a fuck that it's selfish. The only reason I think it's selfish is because your kid doesn't have a choice to make. And if they're going to live their lives with a debilitating disability, you're making a choice for me to impact my life. I don't know if saying negatively is fair, but you're definitely not making my life easier by choosing to procreate and not leave me with this, but have me go through these things. Like, for as bad or like your worst day eventually will be my worst day. Even if you put everything in place for me to have a good life, to grow up around people that love, the lows are still the lows. And at the same time, I think everybody's entitled to create life, especially if you find somebody you love. Especially if you have a disability, you find somebody that also has the same disability as you and you love them. I think the odds of hitting all three of those means you should do whatever the fuck you
that's
want.
why they have Love on the Spectrum. They have
Exactly.
the Down Syndrome Love show and all. They have all that.
While I agree that you should go find love and do whatever you feel like you should, it would also I don't think that those two things can exist at the same time. You should do that. If you love the person you with, you should create life. And you should know it's a little bit selfish. But at the same time, like X was saying, nobody is going to love your child and understand whatever their condition is more than you. The only issue is how much can you do to alleviate the trauma and pain that your child is going to have to deal with because of this disability. There are people that terminate pregnancies because they find out that their children will be severely mentally handicapped and stuff like that. So I'm trying to imagine a doctor telling you that your child might not have a mental handicap at all, but they may be so fragile that if they fall down outside, they can die. A wind could blow your son over. He fall, hurt his leg, and die. That's such a heavy thing.
They told my mom that I was going to be a vegetable baby. They told her that everything about me was going to be, because she had me at such an older age.
Oh yeah.
And
she was?
She was 36, but she had already had my sisters who are 18 and 19 years older than me.
My mom older.
And my mom is also, I don't want to say sickly, but since she was a kid, she's always been in and out of the hospital. So when she was pregnant with me at an older age, they were like, she's going to be blind. She ain't going to be able to hear. She's going to be a vegetable. Like, it was literally the whole thing they told my mom, and my mom was like,
and look at you now.
And she literally was like, you're the miracle, my miracle baby, because they told me that everything was going to be wrong with you.
And that's why I'm like, I don't agree that it's selfish. I don't think there's anything selfish about bringing a child in the world unless you don't feel like you can take care of them.
Well,
then that's selfish.
But what about the aspect of you're making a decision for me, your child? You're making a choice for me to live
Kids
with a
don't have
disability.
no
But see, now
before
I'm
they
starting
born.
to think about the situations of those who have children who may be in poverty. Clearly, it's two different the disability,
I don't know
but in
who's
part.
paying for that
But
stuff
if
that we saw.
you having a kid, knowing that you are in a condition or in a space or an environment where you cannot take care of your child,
you
but
saying
yet
it's the same.
but yet
And
you still have this kid.
You selfish then.
Yeah,
for me.
it feels very similar.
I was just going to say, how you think
And
that's selfish? but not
no.
that?
These people can take care of their kid. The people that were the disabled, they can take care. They may not take care of them the way you want them to take care of them. They might not even take care of them the way that other people because of that. But if they're having a kid, they can take care of them because they've chosen to. There's people who are having kids who know they don't have the ability, the funds, or anything to take care of them.
Okay.
And they don't want to. They're selfish. The people who may have a different disability or whatever, if they have the resources and the community and stuff like that to take care of the kids, that's not selfish. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that my son was going to have autism when he was born.
There's no way of knowing
But
till afterwards.
had I known that he was going to be autistic, it would not be selfish of me to still bring him into this world.
Yeah.
Especially
Well,
when I have the ability to provide him the resources so he could be a
Taking care of
human being.
I think that's different. I think because autism is one of those things where plenty of people have autism.
But it's a spectrum, right? So there's
different.
It's such
there's
a-
different.
it's
You
no
could
way
be
of
totally
knowing.
extreme and you
Yeah.
could be mild. My point is that even if you found out that your kid was going to have cerebral palsy and they was going to be in a wheelchair for the rest of their life.
Yeah, that's a more.
There's still a quality of life that they can have. That's not selfish to allow them to experience life.
So let me ask you this. All right, so the doctor comes in, and there's no disease like what I'm talking about. Literally just doing this with X. Doctor comes in. You just found out you were pregnant maybe 2 weeks ago with your wife. Or 4 weeks. I don't know the times. Whatever. They tell you that you're pregnant, or then they run some tests. They come back and they say, "I'm sorry, Xavier. I'm sorry, Taj. We just ran some tests. If you bring this life into the world, he'll come in blind, he'll be deaf, and he won't have the use of his legs." I think it's selfish to do that to somebody, to put him in that situation where they would live.
So my mama was selfish?
No, but like,
you're contradicting yourself.
to an extent, I guess, yeah. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah. Because she basically rolled the dice.
You roll the dice every time you get pregnant.
Exactly.
Hello.
I don't know if that's true.
Yes, you don't know what's going to happen.
So you're saying like because
there's some
you can
things that
die during childbirth at any time?
Yes, and then you don't know. They can't. There
that,
are certain things that they probably might not see in the ultrasound. Mm-hmm. There are certain things that were not to be read or considered during ultrasound time. Then when that baby come out, it's like, oh, the baby don't have a kidney.
That's different than somebody walking up and telling you, hey, deaf, blind, won't be able to walk. But they told your mom, yeah, you're a little older. She might have these issues. I'm talking about a doctor coming to you and saying, for sure, your daughter is about to be born. She won't be able to see. She won't be able to hear, and she won't be able to walk. If you look at the doctor and say, we're going through with it because we wanted to have a baby, that's fucked up. I know it's not fair. Life's not fair.
But it's
a tough choice.
Here's the thing. I'm a person of faith.
Yeah.
Right? I believe in the supernatural power of God because I've been able to see the supernatural power of God in action.
Okay.
All right.
That's fair.
So the doctors have said plenty of things.
This is very true.
Right?
This is true.
And the Lord has made a way to transform and make what the doctors say.
And the doctors say a lot of things to people of color too. So
that's true too.
So
I'm not
going to put anything past, but even if that person was deaf, blind, and couldn't walk, that doesn't mean that they still couldn't have a quality of life that was still good for them.
I don't think that's true. I think that's just something people say. That's not true.
Okay.
What quality of life can you have as a fucking
What do you mean, though? You can still be loved and taken care of.
Being loved.
You can still be in a house of love and being...
No. I hate that the show got to end. Because that's not... Just because people love you, don't fucking...
Are you crazy? That is the biggest thing in living life.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
I feel like the biggest thing in life is to be loved.
Okay.
By your family and by whoever, another partner. I feel like a child can come in, and if they are well taken care of, that means that they are loved. That the parent will sit here and figure, if my child can't see or my child can't hear, then I love them so much that I'm gonna take them to a sign language school, or I'm gonna make sure that my house is covered in Braille, and I'm gonna make sure that everything is gonna be set up and taken care of for my child because I love them. So yes, love in a situation from parent to child, love can trump most of any of the
love cannot be the be all end all when you are talking about quality of life. That is not the end all. If I love my
child so much, I'm gonna make sure that they have top tier quality of life. You can love your child
more than anybody has ever loved a child on this motherfucking planet. You cannot make them see. You cannot make them walk. These are things that might not be essential to having a good childhood and things like that. But don't tell me that quality of life hasn't suffered because of that. That child does not have the options of other children. That's not fair. I'm not saying that life is fair. And I'm not talking about something that's a mental disorder or something that can be worked through and worked on throughout life to make life easier and more tenable. I am talking about somebody looking you in the fucking face and telling you that your child will be a vegetable. Your child will have bones so brittle that if they fall, they will fucking die. You cannot tell me that you can love somebody enough that all of a sudden that shit won't matter more than that. That shit is debilitating. Let's say in this perfect world, you are around for the next 30 years for your child. You hold them down. You treat them with as much love as possible. You teach them to respect themselves and to not take no shit from nobody. And you do the shit that Ray Charles' mama did. And you don't let nobody treat you like you blind. All that shit. And then you fucking die. And then they here alone. And they fucked up. And they by themselves. And even all the systems that you taught them, all the love and self-respect you taught them, they still have to now fend for their fucking selves, missing key pieces. And I'm not saying that everybody that has a disability is missing a piece or because they're not fully there or have full faculties that they somehow are less than. I'm not talking about less than. I am talking about quality of life. I'm talking about a little girl or a little boy not ever getting to play outside, having to live in a bubble, having to live somewhere where you have to control everything that comes in contact with them. I'm talking about a little boy and a little girl never getting to kiss another little boy and a little girl. I'm talking about never being able to have sex, never being able to have children. These are not, you can't love somebody, quality of life not gonna fucking do, that's not my quality of life. That's not the quality of life that you have if you can make them.
I don't know. I just feel like it's
Loving, you can love.
Everybody's lives are different, and we don't know how God is going to set that up. So if it's meant for that child or that person to be in a particular space or be a certain type of way, and their parent made the decision for them to still continue to live because they want to try to help them and love them to the best of their ability, so that they can be in a good environment and they can have a good quality life, then let that be the case. God is the one who makes the decision. So if that's how their life is, how it is to be, I'm gonna give it to God.
And there you go. And let us know what you think about that in the comments, or DM us. Let us know what you think about the quality of life situation. What would you do? Is it selfish to bring a kid in the world who doesn't have the same type of quality of life as others, or is it not selfish? Let us know. Des, tell the people how they can follow you.
You can follow me at Desi T, DESIITEEE. Also, I have a book, Hip Hop ABC's book. All right, it's available on Amazon. You just put in Hip Hop ABC's coloring book, and it is for you. If you are in the Atlanta area and you want to actually buy one from me, you can do that. So hit me up at Desi T.
Austin.
Follow me, LIK So Stupid, on all of my social media, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you want to do. Follow us, VIS Unfiltered ATL. Go subscribe. Go mess with us on TikTok. Go drop a comment. Go comment on our most recent videos. Jesus. Yeah, go do that.
Follow me at I'm Xavier Brandon on all social media except for on X. On X, Professor X, PROFEZZORX. Remember, keep God in your life. I promise everything else will be all right. Catch us on the next episode of Voice in the Streets Unfiltered. Keep your crowns up. We love y'all. Bye.
Yeah.